Hi there, I'm MrTristifer, and I'm a semi-casual World of Warcraft player. Once upon a time, I called myself a serious World of Warcraft player. I played through Icecrown Citadel and Wrath of the Lich King every single week. I tried to make progression, we beat down the Lich King, it was amazing. Then Cataclysm came out, and I started to lose a bit of my interest in being at that top end. I didn't do as much raiding, I didn't actually beat Deathwing until it was in the very last few weeks of the expansion, but that didn't bother me. Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion, raiding just wasn't interesting to me. I dabbled in LFR, I did a couple of normals, and that was enough for me. I just seemed to prefer the content that you could take in bite sizes and didn't have to commit to week after week. That just wasn't interesting to me anymore. I had other things going on in my life, so I dropped out of the quote-unquote hardcore scene. And as time went on, I got a little bit less familiar with the intricacies of each class. I became less and less of an expert, but I was also enjoying the game more. I was having more fun. And so now I call myself a semi-casual player. To me, that means I'm not a casual player in the way that someone doesn't understand how to play the game, or does something completely noobish every time they're in a dungeon, but I'm also not hardcore. I'm not that top 1%, I'm not on top of the damage meters every time, but I'm comfortable with that. Instead of raiding, I like to spend my time leveling alts, or grinding up professions, or working on the auction house and building up a bit of a fortune. I'm not particularly amazing at any of these things, but I enjoy taking bite-sized chunks out of each of these activities and just enjoying different parts of the game that don't require me logging in every single day, every single week for months at a time. And as a part of that comfort, I find myself taking breaks from the game frequently. I'll play through part of one patch, and then I'll take a break for a few weeks, and then the next patch will come out, I'll give it another try because I know I'll enjoy it and there's something else to experience. And I keep going through this cycle where I'll buy 1 month, I'll buy 2 months, I'll play through it, and then I'll have my fill and I'll go do something else, I'll play another game, until the next patch. This is why Legion kept me so much more than a lot of previous expansions. Legion's faster content cycle brought me back to the game more frequently, and I found myself playing for longer sessions. I was leveling more alts, it was taking more time, there were a lot more things to do. World quests were amazing, they were perfect for somebody like me, because I could play them solo, I could play them in whatever amount I wanted to, and still end up with that feeling of progression, that feeling of accomplishment. As controversial as it is, Titan Forging also allowed players like me to enjoy getting items with a higher item level sometimes. It was flawed, and the unstable Arcano Crystal is a perfect example of that, but it still allowed players like me the chance to see a piece of gear with a higher item level. So Legion overall became this expansion that felt like it catered to players like me, so I really enjoyed it. I still ended up taking my breaks though, because that's just the way I play World of Warcraft now. There's just a lot of other aspects of life that need to take priority, and so that's where I'm coming from. This is what I want to bring to you. I want to bring to you the opinions of a semi-casual gamer. Not everyone can be top tier. I want to build a community for the rest of us. I want to talk about the games we love from the perspective of somebody who doesn't care about being number one, but just wants to have as much fun as possible in the games that we're playing. So that said, I've been invited to the Battle for Azeroth Alpha, and me being the player I am, I'm finding this fairly overwhelming to start. The Alpha's been going on for a while, so I feel like I'm just kind of hopping in partway through without getting to start with everyone else. So I made a new character, I hopped into Zeldazar, and I like what I see so far. I understand that an alpha is not a beta, it is not feature complete, it is often broken, and that's the point. I've been reporting lots of bugs I've been finding, I've fallen through the floor already 3 times today, but I'm okay with that. That's what my expectation is. I don't have the level of expertise anymore to really comment on class changes too well. I don't remember enough about the classes the way they were, the way they are in live, compared to how they are in the alpha now, so I don't really have anything to say on that yet. What I do know is I like what I see. It's not all green, it's not demons everywhere, there's not orcs everywhere, it's new, it's trolls, it's dinosaurs, it's beautiful architecture, there's new races to see, and I find that very refreshing. The classes still feel like the classes I remember, some of them still have some stuff that's not implemented yet, and I'll be trying those out when they actually arrive and get implemented, but that's not here yet. The biggest question that I'm wrestling with now is which faction am I going to play in Battle for Azeroth? I have been a Horde player pretty much my entire life, but there's a lot of things from both factions that are interesting me. I love the Horde, I love the races, Upright Orcs are amazing, but Cult Tyrants are also incredible. I love the models, I love the Druid forms. There's so much added to both factions, and there's more and more being revealed. These allied races, the zones. It's difficult to decide. So it's going to take me a lot more trial and error, a lot more testing to figure out which faction I'm going to be, what class am I going to main, I just don't know yet. So as a brand new Battle for Azeroth Alpha player, I want your suggestions for what I should test, what I have to try, tell me what I gotta see. Leave a comment below, tell me what I have to try in Battle for Azeroth. Hit the subscribe button and help me build this community. I want to keep talking. If you liked the video, leave me a like. I'm gonna get back to trying out Battle for Azeroth. Until next time, this is MrTristifer, signing off.